What's up, guys? Here's my recap of my most recent games. I threw exhibition at the 2024 Kachemak Bay Scottish Festival. Um, no pro class, obviously, small field, but it's the games that I've been throwing at for many years. And one of the lady Polly Sauls, who was helping AD the game, approached me and asked me if I would throw in the games just as an exhibition thrower. Maybe get some numbers on the board, etc. I thought about it for a little bit. I wasn't planning on it a week out, but after having a few flubs in San Diego, I decided, well, it might be a good time to maybe just get a good games practice, with the pace of a real games, regular games, getting used to that speed of a games and the conditioning of it. So, nothing to lose. Just get out there and throw. We had a wacky order. I didn't film every event, but this was the first event. Throwing wob first. Haven't done that in, I don't know, about ever. Made a nice little easy pull on through 14 or 13, 14, 15, or maybe it was 14, 15, and that was a 15-foot pull. And that took 3 valiant efforts at 16. It wasn't there on the day. This weight is kind of funny. If you're a nerd like me, you probably kind of notice how this weight does not flip over at all. It just goes up and down. Okay, that flipped a little bit more. Even on my good pull, it just went up and down. But banging on the bar at 16, I should be throwing over 16. Maybe not on a regular basis, but I was pretty happy with with how close that got there. So overall, I'll take that. That's I won't count these as event wins. When I say win, I mean just for me personally, I'd say that was a win. So it went from wob to hammer, like you do, I guess. And again, wasn't looking for anything spectacular. I didn't take any extra throws, really. I don't remember taking any extra throws on the day. And the field here has always been pretty good to me for hammer. I won't say that it was any PR level stuff for me on this day. Again, not really gearing up for this game, so trying to plan for it. But I did get some good throws on the heavy hammer. Threw 100 foot and some inches on the heavy hammer, and I think 115 on light hammer. Light hammer, still having trouble finding the speed. Trying to keep the positions, but still be able to feel the weight of the ball when I'm reaching back. And I'm also having a little bit of trouble staying long, especially with the 16-pound hammer. So definitely some things to work on. But again, this was exactly what the games was for. This particular games was for me to kind of dial in and figure some things and where I need to focus some efforts into. Off balance finish there. Again, I think I threw the light hammer 115. Wet day, as it usually is in Homer, Alaska. Pretty soggy, off and on raining for us. Wasn't particularly cold, probably about 55 to 60 most of the day. When it did get up a little bit warmer, it kind of started getting a little humid. As you probably know, it takes a little bit to hold on to a hammer when it's wet and humid out. Again, you can see how that hammer is just kind of going around the orbit and doesn't look like any power is being generated. My hips aren't moving laterally like they should. So it's definitely things I need to work on. More practice and more game speed throws, I guess you will. I do a lot of 80 to 90% effort throws, and I think maybe pushing a few more over 90% on in a practice, maybe a few times a week, so I can feel that speed. Feel when I'm generating speed on the ball, I can still move into position. So we went from hammers to stone. Braemar stone first. Got a good push on the Braemar here. Wasn't a PR level stuff, but throwing mid 37s with the Braemar is is a decent day. Always a decent day. That 22-pound, there ain't nothing special about it. It ain't a flyer by any means. So getting that thing out there above 37 feet was a good push on the day. I think this was it right here. Yeah, that was the push. Definitely able to get behind it. Drive through. And then open stone, another decent throw. Again, nothing amazing. That stone should go a little bit further. I mean, it isn't a bad stone. It doesn't have the best shape in the world, but it is pretty compact. Went 47.5 on the day for this one, and downhill. Just played the angle just a little bit. I think you're going to see it in the next clip. I was aiming for the porta potty. That was kind of my joke of the day. Aiming for that porta potty that you see behind you over there. Always looking to give MCs a story to tell about a games they went to where one of the throwers threw a rock into a porta potty. Live in infamy forever. And like I said, a little downhill on the right side over there. Missed the porta potty by mere feet. So whoever was in there enjoying their alone time, they live to fight another day. And then into the weights. Don't typically throw this weight very well. Again, it's got that funny shape that's built by a man named Brett McDonald. I think probably from some oil-filled scrap that he had at his old job. Built a kind of a flat-looking weight, and then the handle, the chain is like I think it's like a lay-flat chain, so it's already kind of twisty, and it can kink on you. It's definitely a little bit of a different feel to it, but I was able to get. I don't know if that was the good throw. Kind of something triggered a little bit. I was able to get a decent throw on heavyweight through 38, high 38s or something, which isn't terribly far. But again, this weight isn't going to be a real flyer. I don't think I've ever thrown this one that far. I was figuring something out on that. My left block arm, getting it up more as I'm blocking around, kind of have that, like Justin Blotnick called in his last video, that signaling a touchdown like as a football referee, getting that left arm up rather than just pulling and yoinking it around. I feel like that gives you more balance to the finish, and it, for lack of a better word, it just gives you that better block, I guess, and without pulling you off to the left-hand side, which a lot of good throwers end up falling away to the left a little bit, I guess. And I feel like that left arm block arm going a little higher helps out with that. And I don't know if this angle didn't show as what I was going for real well, but that was a good throw nonetheless. Of course, the lightweight is after the heavyweight. Got one decent pull on this. Again, nothing miraculous numbers or anything, but it was a good pull of about 72 feet. On one of the throws, I yoinked on it too early, caused a little bit of elbow pain, and so my other pulls weren't too. It wasn't actually the 70-foot pull wasn't the one that I hurt. I pulled my elbow. I think it was the second throw that I threw was 68, 69, somewhere in there, and felt a little tug on my elbow. Which, hey, yeah, if you've been following long enough, my right elbow, it doesn't straighten. So when it's forced to straighten, it causes a little bit of inflammation almost immediately, almost like it just radiates pain for a few minutes, and then doesn't make throwing the weight after that any more fun. Small field, so yeah, it's waiting. The old guys are throwing their caber. I gotta wait don't want to hit him. Be kind of cool to hit the caber while Sean Smith is toting around a caber with one hand. That'd be kind of fun. Like a circus out there. And that's the one. You see, I just got to the end and just freaking yarded on that bitch. And did not pay off. But this is the last throw of the lightweight and the last throw that I got on camera. I threw sheaf like garbage. I think I no-hided sheaf, actually. Bag was soaking wet. Wouldn't come off the fork. And I tried to come in at like 27 or something. Like an idiot. And, yeah, no-hided it. So, yeah, it's cool. Caber was wet, but pretty easy. Pretty easy stick they picked for the group. So I just went out there and turned it. But that's it. That's all I got on footage. Felt really good about that, actually. Really happy that Paulie asked me to throw, and I'm happy I made the decision to throw on that one. So kind of got me tuned up for Enumclaw, which is coming up now.